Welcome back, guys. This is episode 11 of the League 365 podcast. As usual, we are sponsored by BearBet, the good guys from BearBet. Remember, gamble responsibly, but if you like to have a dabble on any sport, definitely hook up with the guys down there. Make sure you use our link, though, guys, because you'll get looked after if you use our link. Our link's on... actually, I'll pass it to my co-host over here. He can explain all that to you. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. How you going?
Quick turnaround. We dropped the show on, Friday, was it?
Yeah, Friday.
And 3 days later, Australia Day. Yeah.
Into it again. So,
How good.
Getting the content out there.
Exactly.
So that link's on Instagram, guys. So if you click on our page, click the link in the bio and follow the prompts. And as just said, you get looked after by BearBet. Also, jump on the YouTube channel and like and subscribe all the videos that we're putting out. And, leave your comments and we'll answer them every week like we have been.
Fantastic. About a month to the season kickoff too, eh?
Yeah.
So we thought... is it a month or a bit over a month? What Vegas is last week in Feb?
First week in March.
First week March, is it?
Yeah. But I think February's only got 28 days this year, so...
Okay, so we're looking at probably
35
weeks from this weekend that's just gone?
30-something days. Maybe 5 weeks from yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday,
Can you wait or what? How good?
Yeah, it should be good.
How good?
Trials
okay, guys.
Starts soon as well.
What's that?
Trials on KO starts soon as well. So
yeah, awesome.
Won't be too bad.
Yep. All right, so quick rundown of the show, guys. Today we are actually going to drop our predictions, our top 8, top 4, Dally M, Premiers. Well, that's all I've done. I don't know what you've done because we don't know. We haven't talked about this, so we've just done our own and see if there's any surprises. Is there something else?
No, I didn't do Premiers, but I can just throw that in.
Oh, well,
I just did
tipping you know who your Premiers will be.
Yeah.
But so we're doing the predictions, guys. Then we're going to go into some rumours, signings, and just any news that's floating around the NRL at the moment. And we'll finish off with some fans' questions. We've actually got a few there today, so we'll touch on them as well. So let's start with our predictions. I've just dragged mine up, Jax. Thinking we are going to do we start with the top 8, and I think we start with our 8th side, and we'll work down to who we've got at first. So have you done it so it's this is how you think after round 27 the top 8 will finish? Is that how you've done it?
Yeah, isn't that what we're doing?
Well, that's what I'm asking you
because
we haven't spoken about it. Well, if you think that two sides are going to play in the grand final but they won't finish 1-2.
I've just done top 8 from
top 8 from 1 to 8. Okay, so all right, let's start with 8. And who have you got at 8th?
I got your Sharks at 8th.
Just didn't have the balls to drop them, eh?
No, I didn't. I think they'll still make it.
Yep.
But I don't know. Another year, same roster, same sort of team. Ronaldo Mulitalo is going to miss probably most of the year, and I think that's going to hurt you a little bit more than what most people think, even though he's a winger. Brings a lot of energy, probably a good culture guy off the field, and his meter work, him and Katoa, your other winger, that's sort of gets your sets rolling. So, I think he'll be missed. And then I just think if you get an injury to a spine member, I just don't think the club's got that much depth at the moment. So that's why I've got him at 8th.
Probably especially because Atkinson moved on too.
Yeah, that's right.
That's probably a big move on. So I know they've got hopes for Puru, but just don't know. But anyway, so you've got them at 8th. All right, so no surprise who I've got at 8th. I've got the West Tigers at 8th. I say this is the year they break back in, and I won't go over it too much because I have a lot this year. I think the Kai Pearce-Paul signing is a massive one for them. I think they're going to have a really big pack, and I just think another year under Benji, I think it could be their year to push in. Look, I've had to leave some good sides out to get them in, and I have to admit I nearly did drop them out, but I spruiked them all for the last 6 weeks, so I thought I can't do it now. I can't drop them out. So I've slotted them in at 8th. Am I confident? No. Am I hopeful? Yes. I hope they. I'd love them to make it.
So do I.
I fucking hope they make it.
It's been a long time since they played finals,
mate. Yeah.
So I hope so as well.
And I'll be honest. When I think about things before your time, Cronulla had some awful years like this. They were just awful for that long, and it's a shocker, mate. It's so bad, and it'd be just good for them to make it. Just even they got bundled out week 1, just to get there would be good. So
I don't know
Tigers fans, I'm on your back. Yeah.
I don't know too much about shocking.
Yeah, I know. But Tigers fans, let's do it. 8th, Tigers, me.
All right. 7th, I got Canterbury. I think they'll slide a little bit this year. Still think they'll make the 8th. I think they're their roster and their outlook coaching wise is still long term, and I still think they're a good few years off actually being a premiership contender. Still think they're a good enough side to finish in that bottom half of the 8 though.
Yeah.
Leo Thompson goes there. The halves a bit questionable. Fullback a bit questionable. Does Mitch Woods come in? Does Burton go to centre? Who knows? Bailey Haywood experiment, but I still think they'll be good enough to finish 7th.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Bulldogs. We're not here to pick each other apart, but you've just bagged the whole spine.
No, I haven't bagged the whole spine.
Well,
but there's
you
just
said 6
questions
and 7
on how,
questions. Well,
just how it works. If what Serraldo's trying to build works this year, or if they have to change it. They shipped Marnie out. They brought Haywood in. I didn't really like it. Galvin's there with Burton. How does that work? They got high raps on this Mitch Woods coming through. Does he go in and sort of have his first grade year and then build for next year and the year after? And do they look to possibly move Connor Tracy to a wing, move Crichton? I don't know. There's a lot of question marks in the spine.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they're still trying to figure out who they are. Not who they are, but what the best make of that side is to push for a premiership, because that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, there was a few stories just the last day or two. I think Phil Gould kind of spoke about them, well, not spoke about them, but put some things out on Instagram about, one, Leo Thompson's got an injury, but he squashed that, reckons there's no injury. And two, a lot of people speculating Burton to 13.
Yeah, right.
Which, they've got about 8 13s.
Yeah, I know.
Just
I
the
think
Kurt Manns, the Jamin Salmons. I know Haywood's at 9, but he's at 13.
I think they want to get Mitch Woods in that side this year, and then there's just someone's got to. Burton's going to be the one.
Someone's got to make.
Well,
the only way I see it that they can do anything like that is Crichton to 1. It's the only way. So any scenario you come up with, Crichton's going to end up at 1.
Which I think is the best makeup of their team.
I do too, but it doesn't look like that's happening.
Yeah.
So, but I saw a photo of him. I don't know if you saw a photo of him the other day at training, Crichton. Mate, he's like a Greek god. Yeah. I know he's not Greek, but he looked like, seriously, built like a thing. Anyway, move on to mine. Number 7, the 7th place side, I have the Canberra Raiders. They were a side probably in about 3 or 4 different sides that I was tossing up with 7th and 8th. And I've got huge questions on the 7, which I've made pretty public over the last 6 weeks. But I just think the strength of the pack pushed them into the 8 for mine. Pushed them into the 8. And possibly Ethan Strange kicking on from where he went last year. But I had awful trouble with the 7 and 8 sides. I don't know about you.
Yeah, so did I.
Did you? Yeah. But I just kind of weighed it up. I had the Bulldogs there. I had the Eels. These were the sides floating around my thoughts. But when I looked at the pack of Canberra, I just thought probably good enough, and their great home ground record. I just thought they'll win enough games down there probably to force their way in.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I have them none of threatening this year, 0 of threatening. But I think they might force their way into the 8.
Yeah. No, I tend to agree. These bottom, some of these sides, I was like, I'll put them in, but you know what? They could miss.
Well, 100% they could miss. It's
I've
so
got
hard.
I have no confidence in Dogs or Sharks. I think they'll make it, but if they didn't make it, it wouldn't surprise me either, to be honest.
Yep.
And same with the side I've put in 6. I've put Parramatta at 6.
Yep.
Yeah. I just think if Moses plays most games and stays on the field, I think he'll be good enough to get him 12, 14 wins and be in and around that 6, 7, 8 mark.
Yeah.
You know, DeBellin goes there. I don't mind it. I really liked Dylan Walker last year going there and adding a bit of spark in the middle. And I just think if they keep that roster somewhat fit, I think they'll push for a top 8 spot this year.
Yeah, okay. Look, they were a side that I had around the mark, but I just couldn't find a spot for them. And I'm Mitch Moses' biggest fan, but I just couldn't find a spot for them. I tried, but I couldn't. I think they'll improve. Where did they finish last year? Do you remember where they finished?
Nah, maybe around
because they did a lot of damage early. They were a long way back early, weren't they?
Yeah, 11th maybe.
Yeah. Look, I think they'll be pushing top 8, but as you said, it's really tough, and you've got to leave someone out. And unfortunately,
they finished 11th.
Unfortunately, I've left them out. But honestly, if it was top 9, I think they would have been 9th in front of the Bulldogs. But hurts me to say, I think they'll improve, but I think they'll miss.
Yeah.
But that's just, mate. Look, as you said, mate. Look, they're a side for me if they make it, I'm not going to fall off my chair thinking, how the hell did they make it? Like,
there's 5 or so sides like that this year. I
yeah,
feel.
So they're not like a Dragons or a Titans where if they made it, you'd be going, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that's right.
With the Eels, you kind of could either, it's probably a bit of luck if they make it or they don't make it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right, 6th, Chaco.
Who's your 6th?
Oh, you're going to me.
I just did mine.
Who was yours?
I just said it.
Oh, the Eels.
Yeah. You're sweet.
Sorry, I thought it was 6th. Okay. My 6th side is a little bit of controversy here. The Brisbane Broncos.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, I've got the Brisbane Broncos slipping this year, and it's probably all to do with I just don't think Reece can light it up like he did, and I felt that was the only reason they went to where they went. And I just think that form won't hold up, and I think I think the hangover of winning the premiership mentally, getting back up to win it again. They're the reasons. I think they might slip. But again, wouldn't be... Look, again, I've just had to go. I just looked at it and I had other sides I think are going to finish higher and I had to put them somewhere. And to me, they lob outside the 4 this year. And they're the reasons.
Yeah,
I can't really explain anything else.
I disagree with that placing and we'll find out where I've got them later. But no.
Yeah. So
what are we up to, 5th?
We're up to 5th.
All right, maybe some people probably find this one a little bit controversial. I got Melbourne. Dropping out of the 4. We touched on it last episode. No Pappenhausen, no Elia Katoa. Nelson leaves. He moves on. I just don't and I just watched them late last year in the final series and at the end of the regular season, and I just thought this side's not feared anymore like it used to be. Used to go down to Melbourne and you used to think, fuck, we're no chance, right? Roosters with the Roosters game was a sign. I was like, this would have never happened to Melbourne. They went down round 25 maybe. Bellamy's 600th. They put 40 points on them in the second half, blew them off the field. I just think the fear factor of Melbourne is done for mine. I think they're just like every other side. They're still a very good quality side, well coached, and that's why I got them at 5th. But I think that they won't make the top 4 this year. I think Pappenhausen, Elia Katoa, too big of losses for mine.
Yep. Yeah, with Melbourne, I may have them higher. We'll wait and see. But I agree with everything you said. And if you line their roster up with other rosters, I don't think it holds up.
No.
But the C. Bellamy factor, and this happens a lot where you just look and think, this is the year they're going to drop, and they just don't, is the only worry for me. But I probably can't disagree with anything you really said, to be quite honest. But... you just got that Bellamy factor that just seems... and he just seems to find... as we said the other week, Eli Katoa, he's the big one.
Yeah,
for me, he's the big one because off what I can see, they don't have a replacement that you're going to go, or he'll do, like a good a job, or... well, no one will probably do as good a job, but you think, geez, I've got a good buy there to fit him in. They bought him and it's been good. But, yeah, I can't disagree with what you're saying. So... moving on to my 5th side, and I've got the Cronulla Sharks at 5th. Now, I found it hard, and I'll tell you why I think I had them 8th or 7th early, and then I've had a really good look at the draw, and I think they've got the best draw at every side. And I know you said don't worry about draws. You've got to worry about draws. The draws are important, especially for Cronulla, because Cronulla are a side that seem to be able to put the poorer sides away, but sometimes struggle to beat the good sides. So I think it's quite important for them. And that's why I've got them at 5th. I agree totally. The missing Mulatalo, everyone will say, I think he's not the best winger in the game, but he's probably top 5. But I think for the importance of a winger to a club, he would be number 1. I just think the donkey work he does and the stuff he does for that club, and even just his enthusiasm around the joint, I feel it's a huge loss. And I'm a big thing. I'd be starting Hiroti on that wing because I think Stone Street still hasn't grown into his body. And I think that work out of the end, Hiroti's much better than Stone Street. Stone Street's quicker, and if he gets in the clear, he's probably not going to get caught. He's a good finisher, all that. But Cronulla build their game on that, them back 4, back 5 getting out, like Iro and Ramey, and they're all the same. They just get back, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 outside backs hit it. And that makes your forwards not have to get all the way back. They walk back and stuff like that. So the Mulatalo thing worries me big time, I have to be honest. But I just think with the draw they've got, I think they'll put the lower sides away 90% of the time, and it'll be enough to probably push them into the middle
Yeah.
towards the top 4. Again, I'm with you. If they finish top 4, wouldn't surprise me. If they miss the 8, wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But they landed on 5th for me.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, top 4 time.
Top 4.
I got the Warriors in 4th. I looked at their draw. They got a lot of home games against more than winnable opponents.
Mm-hmm.
They get Barnett, they get Metcalf back, and you just look at them last year before those two blokes exited the side. They were in the top 4. They were going well. Those two leave the side and they go backwards. I like a few of their other players. They brought Lofican Pereira over from Gold Coast. They got a few other players in the backs. DWZ. Tane Tuapiki, who I like, so that I hope gets a start this year, but I think Nickel Codsaddle'll still keep him out of the side for most of the year. Kurt Cable's a good player. Yeah, I hope that for the NRL and the Warriors' sake, I hope that they have another good year, and I'm tipping they will. I got them in 4th.
In 4th, okay. The mail coming out of the Warriors, which I'm not sure if you've heard, is Metcalf is not back.
Right.
He's not back to around 7 or 8, which I think is slightly concerning.
Yeah.
And it's the reason I haven't got them in my 8, and that's the reason but everything else you said, I hope they go well, because a good New Zealand side's good for the NRL, you know, and you want that. What we saw was Sean Johnson's last year. Remember the scenes over there then when they were flying, like how good it was.
Yeah.
So you want them, but reason I haven't got him is because of the Metcalf thing. I think Barnett, they're saying round 2 or 3, so they reckon he won't be right for round 1, which is no biggie, but that's, he's coming. But 7 or 8, a lot of damage can be done before round 7 or 8.
Yep.
Tanner Boyd's still there? Did I get a
so.
feeling I heard he went somewhere else? But I might be wrong. I better check on that.
I think he's probably still there.
He's still there, is he? So he'll probably start at 7.
Well, they got Tamari Martin and Chanel Harris to Vita.
Yeah, but they went with Tanner. Well, Chanel was their 6 basically the whole year, but they went with Tanner over Tamar.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It seems weird to me, but yeah. Look, I kind of hope you're right. To be honest, I hope they make it and they're up there again. But I've left them out. They're not in my 8 at all, and yeah. So that's it. So 4th. No guesses who I've got 4th. It is the Dolphins. I've got the Dolphins at 4th. And I don't care what anyone says. I look at their roster, and I think it's an outstanding roster. I think it is. I could get absolutely smashed for this if they miss the 8. But I just love their roster. I love it. And I think they're due for a bit of luck, I'll be honest. They've just had no luck the last few years with injuries. And Flegler, who we'll touch on later, is back. Gilbert's back. Huge concern is Jeremy Marshall-King's injury. I'm not sure if you've heard. He's out for 3 months. He's done his meniscus.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And the other problem is Max Platt's not back either from the ACL until a couple of months into the season. So they're down to their 3rd or 4th string hooker, which is a huge worry. Like, if I hadn't have spruiked them all year, I probably wouldn't have put them 4th.
Yeah,
but I had to stick to my guns, and I got to stick to my guns. But the Jeremy Marshall-King injury now is hurt massively, and especially no Plath there, who probably could have been a good stopgap. They're really struggling to find a 9.
Yeah.
The one thing that I did think that I wonder if they would look at now they've really got low on hookers is wonder if it would change their way of thinking with Trey Fuller. I'm just thinking with Trey Fuller, I think he's earmarked to be the one and Hammer to play in the centres. But I'm just wondering now with the lack of depth at 9, he does give the thing that he could go in and just do a serviceable job after 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just come on and no, you don't
Too small.
To play 9?
To play in the middle, defend in the middle, he's tiny. I don't know. I think
I'm just thinking outside the box. They've got no one. They've got no one. They've got no 9.
There'll be someone there. They can
they'll plug someone in there, but they'll plug someone in. I just thought maybe bring him on and just play him in the middle there for a little bit and
I don't think so, personally. I hope they're practicing their tackling for that prediction to come true, because they were defensively awful.
They were. But I'm sticking to my guns. Dolphins to finish 4th on my ladder.
All right, 3rd, I got the Roosters.
Yep.
I think we've touched on it the last few weeks. Big off-season signings. DCE, Robson. I think, it's just going to... You look at that forward pack as well. White, Lindsay Collins, Spencer, Connor Watson frees up. He can go back to a more natural position off the bench or at 13. And that the back line is still good with Teddy, Marky Mark, Toops. I think they're in for a good year if they stay fit.
What do you think, just quickly on the Roosters, we won't touch on it too much, but Connor Watson, do you think he starts at 13? Or
I think he will.
You think he will? And they'll bring the other hooker off the bench, or they'll start the other hooker, or what will they do?
So I think Savala might get the 14.
Yeah.
He's been training the house down, they've been saying. But
But how do you get him into the game? This is the thing with Savala. He's not someone that can come on and play hooker. What are you going to do? Throw him in the middle?
He could probably... They put Watson... If Robson needs a break, which he rarely does, they can just put Watson back to 9, Savala at 13.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Aielu will get the 14 jersey. I don't know. But
I don't know.
I just sort of... He's been training well. They got big... They seem to really like him at the club. They re-signed him. I don't know if they'll just stick him in reserve grade for the year.
See, to me, having what's the young hooker's name?
Aielu.
Having Aiello there is just a complete waste. Robson's an 80-minute hooker, and you've got Connor Watson there. If something drastic went wrong,
they might not play him.
There's no point having him.
No.
That's
why I'm saying Savala might get the 14.
I'd just be going 3 forwards, and Watson. I just don't know why you'd carry anyone, but if you got Watson, why carry another back?
Yeah, true.
Plus you've now got the 6. Remember the new interchange thing that's going to come in? You're going to actually have 6, so you could have Ilua there, whatever his name is. And if something happened to Robson in the first 5 minutes, well, you could bring him on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't see any point of having him there at all in the 17.
You're probably right.
Yeah, in the 17. Okay, so that was third, was it?
Yep.
Okay, I've got the Melbourne Storm at 3, and we won't touch on this too long because I basically said it before. It's the Bellamy factor. I've written them off. When I say written them off, I've had them missing the 4 before, and they just prove you wrong every year. They win round 1 no matter what. And I just think he'll find someone to fill the hole of Katoa, and I think Fa'alogo will hit the ground running at 1 when he gets a full-time crack at it. And I think by the middle of the year, he'll be a bloke that people will be saying, wow, didn't see this coming. And I've got them 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically the reason.
Yeah.
But Katoa worries me. Hugely worries me.
Second? I got Penrith. I think they showed enough late last year when they went on that run. They got the combinations working. Blaze and Cleary in the halves. And I just think it's too good of a system to not come good again if they start well. I know they got a hard draw, but I just think Nathan in there, Isaiah, too many class players still in that side. But the depth worries me. So if Cleary does get hurt, they're in a world of trouble. But I'm expecting him to have a big year and Penrith to return to the top 4.
Yep. Okay, so with Penrith, I agree. The 2 things that concern me with Penrith are the 2 things you mentioned. They've got a really tough draw, and if Cleary goes, what happens?
They're done.
They're done. They're done from winning the premiership. I'm not saying they're done from 8, but their halves are then going to be Jack Cogger and Blaze Talangi.
Yeah, it's not good.
And it's not good.
No.
So everything relies on him being there for 90% of games.
Yeah,
because he's going to miss 3. You would think with Origin, but everything relies on him. But he's that good that he can carry him high into that top 4. So I have no doubt. Okay, at 2, I have your mob, the Sydney City Roosters, and we've touched on it. I've said it. I just think they've... I can't say where they finished last year. They played Cronulla first week. They ran 8.
They finished 8th, yeah.
But they did a lot of damage early. They were a fair way back.
Yeah.
They did a lot of work to get back, and these blokes just jumped through the TV the last couple of months, didn't they? The Marky Marks and White, even though he was trajectorying going up anyway, but you see Wongs and that, and... Just the Cherry Evans and the Robson coming in, I just can't see how they're not just going to improve through. If they finished 8th last year, but they were going better than that. Like late in the year, they were going a lot better than that. As you said, they put 40 on Melbourne. Who'd they play in the last round? South. They give it to South too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they pushed Cronulla right to the, and that's not easy going to Shark Park.
Yeah.
And they lacked experience in that.
I think they put 50 odd on your Dolphins a few weeks before the finals as well.
Yeah. So Dolphins, as I said though, Dolphins have had a lot of issues late last year. But anyway, why'd you bring up the Dolphins?
I had to.
Yeah. Okay. So I just can't see how they're not going to improve. Will they win it? Time will tell. I think they're capable of winning it. But and I just can't see them missing the top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you're right. All right, my minor premiers. I'm going the reigning defending champions, Brisbane.
Mm-hmm.
I just think I've got Walsh in for a big year. I know he probably didn't hit his straps until probably, what was it, 6-8 weeks out from the finals when Reynolds and Mam went down in Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
I still think you look at that, bro. You still look at some of the players in that team: Payne Haas, Pat Carrigan, Reynolds, Hunt, Ezra Mam, Katoni Staggs, centre. It's a good football team. Yeah. So I just think I think if they hit the ground running, they'll have a really good year and finish first.
Yeah. Any concerns of what I mentioned earlier, like the mental battle? Because they have been mentally...
Maybe not with Madge. I think
Yeah.
Madge will have them ready. I just think I don't think they'll go back to back, but I think they'll do enough to dominate the regular season probably and win the minor premiership.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay, so do you know who I've got one?
I'm assuming Penrith.
Yes, Penrith. I have Penrith at 1, but you took the words out of my mouth. I had it written down here. It's all Cleary. Cleary must stay fit and he must be there. Barring the Origin games, he can't afford to miss more than 1 or 2 games in my book because I'm with you. If he goes, they're cooked.
Yeah, they're done.
I think mentally getting beat last year and it probably doesn't sit well with them, and I think there's gonna be a response from them. They did a shitload of damage early last year as well. They were in all sorts. As you remember, they were running last after about 10 rounds or something.
Yeah.
And I to get to where they got, I thought was incredible. And for me, that will not happen early this year. I think they'll come out of the gates running this year. I think they'll be sitting in the top 4 the whole year, and I think they'll, to the pointy end, they'll end up on top. And I've got them first and winning the... What's the...
JJ
Giltinan. I've got them winning the JJ Giltinan. But again, if Cleary goes, cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to go to next?
Okay, so... Do we go to Premiers? Probably go to Premiers.
Yeah, Premiers.
Okay, so do you need time to think?
No, I think I know what I'm going to do.
You do? Okay. All right, so... Premiers, go.
I'm going to go Sydney Roosters.
Yep.
Just hopeful.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know who's... I think it's pretty open competition again this year. I don't know. I got no confidence in anyone to win it, so I'm just going to go with the side that I follow to win it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
I have no confidence in any side that I've got in this top 8 to say, yeah, I'd be happy to put money on them to win the comp.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. With the Roosters, I tossed up with them winning it as well. And I said to you, was it on the show last week when I said about, I think their window will close after this year? And when I explained what I meant by that, didn't mean they're going to be gone after that. I'm just meaning if they don't win it this year, I can't see them winning it next year unless Kalen rocks up or Tino rocks up or something like that happens. So to me, this is it for them. This is their year. They need to win it this year, or they win. I don't think they'll win it in the next few unless they drag one of them big fits, which they probably will. It's the Roosters, but it's hard to argue that they're a definite live chance. What have you seen any prices or anything?
I think they're fourth line
on the
betting.
fourth line of betting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, look, they're a live chance. So I tossed up with my premiers, and I sat there. I had the Roosters, and I had Penrith. I had the Roosters, I had Penrith, and I fell on Penrith. I went to Penrith. Why? I don't know, because I've been spruiking the Roosters for a while now. It's probably mentally with the Penrith. I just think they're going to be right up. And I think if they meet the Roosters in the big one, I think experience might get them home in big games. And that's the only reason. I think man for man, I think Roosters have got the best roster in the comp just about, in my opinion.
Plenty of experience in that Roosters side as well.
Yeah, grand final experience. I'm probably talking more. So
Tedesco, Cherry Evans.
Yeah.
Spencer, Lindsay, Angus Crichton, Radley.
Yeah.
They've all played.
And what about
grand
Penrith?
finals.
Is there anyone in there that hasn't played a grand final? Blaze?
Blaze Talangi.
One.
Who's
That's
the
what I'm
winger
saying.
now?
I'm just saying grand final experience.
There'll be a few more in there. There'll be
There
those
probably
bench
is.
blokes.
There
that
probably,
haven't played.
there probably is. Well, there would be, But I'm just thinking that's in the big games. They're tough to beat. Like Brisbane beat them, but geez, it took a ridiculous effort to beat them, and they'd come off that run, where they had to work their asses off to get there. And I just think it won't be like that this year. And I just think they'll get there in better shape, mentally in better shape. And look, it was nothing between them. I couldn't. I was honestly, I was swapping and changing, and I just went Penrith. because the other reason probably was because I thought you were going to say the Roosters, so I thought, fuck, I'm not going to run with the Roosters.
Yeah.
No, but no, I'd lean to Penrith, but again, now just with these predictions, we've got a couple more to do, but just so you know, after all the trials, we may change a few things because obviously injuries can happen and it can change a lot. You know, like Cleary went down an injury, did an ACL. My whole thing's going to change.
Yeah.
I won't have him in the 8, I don't reckon.
Yeah.
So just so we know that we will probably change. Well, we may not. There may not be any serious injuries that change anything. But if anything does change massively over the next month, we will jump on that last before the comp starts and we'll change our predictions. So just keep that in mind. Dally M, Jacko.
I got Reece Walsh.
Oh, I'm surprised. I thought you'd have Tedesco again. I thought you'd have back to back.
I thought I'd change it up.
Yeah.
I just think he's going to catapult off last year, and I think he's going to have an outstanding year. That's it. There's 10 weeks of footy were unbelievable last year.
You know what? When you said Reece Walsh, I was about to go, oh, mate, you just have your favourites and you just stick with them. And then I looked at my one and I thought, better not say that.
Yeah. No, I just think he's going to have. I think he's going to have a gun year, and he's going to win the Dally M.
All right.
Close to Cleary. I was tossing up Cleary as well.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're going to have, and you're going to get hammered for it.
I'm going to get hammered for mine.
Oh,
and you know who it is.
I know who it is.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah. It's Katoa.
It's Isaiah Katoa.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I have got Isaiah Katoa. I have got Isaiah Katoa winning the Dally M.
Travis is going to give it to you in the comments for that
I
one.
want Trav to come at me. Now, the reason I have got Isaiah Katoa winning the Dally M... Hang on. Give me a chance. Give me a chance, all right? Give me a chance. I've got them in the top 4.
Yeah.
Now, if they finish top 4, there's going to be a hell of a lot of wins. Now, who in that side, if the Hammer's playing at centre, is going to take points off Isaiah Katoa?
Well, the Hammer.
But he's in the centre. If he's at fullback, he's a lot more
Fuller,
threatening.
Cody Nikorima.
Yeah, they're going to take
Jeremy
points
Marshall
off them,
King.
but there's no like. You look at some sides and you just go, well, if they win, he's going to get points.
Yeah.
And to me, I look at the Dolphins. If they win, Katoa's getting points. That's how I look at it. There's other sides where it's happened with the Roosters over the years, where blokes just take points, and Melbourne especially. Melbourne's the big one where Munster, Hughes, Pappenhausen when he was there, Grant. Look at all them. They're all point winners in Dally M counts. Now with the Dolphins, I just think, well, if I'm right with them finishing very high on the ladder, I just can't see how Katoa's not going to get a shitload of Dally M points every week, and that's why I think Isaiah Katoa is going to win the Dally M. So don't forget who I tipped last year.
What?
We weren't on air, but I did tip who I tipped to win the Dally M last year. He didn't win it, but he finished damn high on the ladder. Was Blake Brayley, and everyone would have laughed at me then. Yeah. So sometimes got to think, outside the box.
Yeah.
And
good luck with those two predictions. I think.
Which one?
The top 4 and winning the Dally M. I just can't see it. I might be wrong. You might be right, but we'll see.
Come on, Trav, come at me, brother.
Yeah.
Trav's gonna. But you're
all right.
Can we say soft cock on air?
I don't know. Just say it.
Because that's what I want to call you. Because you just have a go, mate.
Well, you can have a go.
Every year, right?
You can have a go and have common sense at the same time.
Well,
you don't have to be ludicrous.
I've said this before, but last year, if we were sitting here a year ago and I'd said Canberra will make the top 4 and be minor premiers, what would you have said to me?
Yeah, but you didn't say that last year.
No, I'm not saying that. But if I did,
or
someone did, what would you say to them sitting here now?
Probably much the same.
Is what you just said to me. So things happen.
Yeah, they do.
That's right. Things happen. So you got to remember. So sometimes you got to, and you know what? If the Dolphins finish in the top 4, people are going to go, fuck. People are going to go, fuck. That was a good prediction.
What happens if they miss the
No,
hang
on. Let me finish. If the Roosters finish in the top 4, Reece Walsh gets Dally M, what do people say?
What about if the
Warriors? It was
Warriors
predictable. They would have been one of the.
What happens if the Warriors finish in the top 4?
No, I'm not bagging the Warriors though. I'm just saying. But what price are the Warriors to win the comp?
I don't know.
Ritto tipped them. Remember?
Yeah, he did.
Ritto was tipping the Warriors to win the comp. Shout out to Adam too, a bear bet. Okay, we've got one to go.
Yeah, I got Spoon, and I've gone left field with this one.
Okay, well that's about time. About time.
I'm having a crack, and it's based
on.
on.
Hang on, give me a crack before.
It's based on my reasoning last year why I put Newcastle.
Okay,
last.
So if you had a crack at, it's definitely not Newcastle, and it's definitely not the Red V.
Yeah,
because that's not. Well, then that's not having a crack.
Newcastle aren't finishing last again. No way.
Okay, so you got no new. Oh.
Well, I told you last year, I think Newcastle will finish last because I just think if Kalen misses games, then how are they going to win?
Oh, so you've got someone that if they're not there,
How are they going to win?
Not the Tigers.
I'll just tell you. I don't think.
Yeah, tell me.
I got Manly.
Oh.
I think I don't like the coach. I think Seabold's not a great coach. I just think if Tom gets hurt, I think you're in for a world of pain if Tom gets hurt.
Mm.
I think Brooks.
I like it.
I think Brooks, Fogarty, they got no 9. I don't like their roster. Really, I don't.
Yeah.
You know?
I like it, Jax.
Apart from Tom, their best player is probably Hamoli or Kalatu.
Yep.
And if Tom don't play, I think they're gonna really struggle to win games.
Yeah. Yeah. You know
put
what?
Up points.
When I did my top 8, the way I did it, I took outsides first, and they were gone by, I think, 6th. My 6 worst sides, they were gone.
Yeah.
So I like it, and I like you've had a go.
Yeah.
I like you've had a go, and I agree. The only way they could possibly get into the 8 is if Tom has a Dally M here.
Yeah.
In my book, and I still don't know if that'll be enough. I really don't think that'll even be enough, because I actually had a look at someone posted their possible lineup for round 1 today, and I had a really good look at it, and I thought, oh wow, yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I didn't like it, and I think they're in trouble.
Yeah.
So, and it would not. I'll reword that. It would surprise me if they got the spoon, but I wouldn't be totally.
And just on top of that, I don't think they'll probably get the spoon, but I thought, you know what, I'll change it up a bit, because everyone's going to go, oh, Dragons got the spoon. And I just think Flanagan sides don't get the spoon. So I thought, all right, why not Manly?
Yeah, okay. Probably no surprise who I've picked for the spoon. I reckon you probably guess it.
Titans?
No. I've got the North Queensland Cowboys.
Oh, right.
I've gone the Cowboys. And similar to what you just said about Tom, I think if Dearden goes, absolutely cooked they are if he goes. I said it the other week, him and Drinkwater, to me, they're the only 2 blokes in the side that are a threat. I think their forwards are poor. I'm not a Reid Marnie fan. I think they're struggling with another half. I think they're young, and I think they've got no outside backs that really pave any threat.
What about Murray Taulagi?
Well, is he someone that you look at the side and go, he's a threat?
He's a good winger, but...
He's a good winger. That's it, though, for mine. Don't say he's an Origin player.
Well, he is an Origin player, but... Yeah.
Remember, I'm just going to change the subject really quickly here. Origin, you know, we spoke about the Origin player stuff. Last week I said about Suafalango was an upgrade to, which I'm going to touch on, Trav, for you later, was an upgrade from Papenhuyzen. I didn't mean straight away. I meant I think it will be eventually. Papenhuyzen never played Origin, so he's technically not an Origin player. Does that something not right about that? When you're calling blokes like Corey Allen and stuff Origin players, but Pappenhausen's not?
No, because...
Would Pappenhausen be an Origin player if he was...
You discredit it because it's... Which you say, oh, it's just a Maroons player. They play for Queensland.
100% I do. 100% I do. Yeah. But not the main one.
Doesn't mean they're not good players because they played Origin.
Yeah, but...
Because the first one is how this whole back and forth with Origin players came up was...
Who was it?
You said you don't like North Queensland a few weeks ago, and I said...
Oh, that's right.
They got Jeremiah Nene as a strike back rower, and you said, oh, I don't think he's a strike back rower. And I said, well, he's played Origin, he's played for Australia.
Yeah, that's how it started, hey? Yeah. See, but I thought about Ryan Pappenhausen, and I thought, well, he's
just unlucky.
He's not. No, he's not.
How is he not unlucky?
He's not an Origin player, right? Because he doesn't play for Queensland. How many Origins do you reckon he played if he was playing for Queensland?
Well, not many as well, because he probably don't
bullshit.
beat Kalen to the spot.
Well, like Corey Allen and that were playing when Paps was around.
It's luck as well. Luck comes into it. Blokes get injured. You play good footy at the right time.
Can you name me a player like Corey Allen that's played for New South Wales in the last 15 years?
Anthony Quinn? When did he play?
There's no way. Anthony fucking Quinn.
He played for New South Wales.
I know he did.
Yeah.
But I wonder when that was. He was around when they won the comp in 01, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Quinny?
He just came to mind.
Anyway, yeah.
It
was actually
that
was pretty good for you. Let's move on. But I've got the Cowboys. I think they're if Dearden or Drinkwater go, especially Dearden, if one of them go, they are absolutely cooked. I still think they can get it with them two there. I'll be honest. I'm just not a rap for them at all. Yeah. So North Queensland Cowboys for mine to get the spoon. Okay, let's move on. There, all our prediction guys. Jump on, Jack. You take over while I just pull the next stuff up about.
Yeah. So I saw a few of yous left comments with your 8 and Dally M and predictions. So keep them coming. If you haven't left a comment. Pop your ladder prediction in there. Dally M, Spoon. Be good to hear everyone else's opinions out there.
Yeah. Especially yours, Trav McGuirter. It's McGuirter.
I don't know. He left. He put his top 8 there.
Yeah, we'll go through that because I've got that there, so we'll have a look at that a bit later. And a few of the other guys too. So get your top 8 predictions in, guys. Rip ours apart if you want. It's all fun and games. So let's move on to rumour and signings and some news stuff. Now, we'll just quickly get through these quick, Jacks. We won't stuff around too much with these. The best news of the week, and probably this year, even though it's only been 26 days long, is Thomas Flegler has been cleared and he's back.
Yeah,
how freaking good. I actually saw an interview with him. He actually had a nerve transplant.
Yeah, right.
So they transplanted the whole nerve and it had to regrow through his shoulder. But hearing this news is... Mate,
just if he can come back and play would be great. He doesn't have to get to the levels he used to get to. If he can get back on the field, then he's accomplished great things, I think.
Yeah.
Because what's he missed 2 full years?
600 and something days?
Yeah.
660
he'll
or
never
something?
play. If he can just get back on there and play regular first grade, that'll be a win. I know he's probably got bigger aspirations, get back in that Origin side and whatnot.
Yep.
I think it's just great news that he's going to be playing some rugby league.
Yeah, well, when I saw he'd officially been cleared, I thought, well, that's the best thing I've heard for Yonks. So good on you, Tom, mate. I hope it goes well for you. So, okay, so now one of the Dolphins players, Avarillo, has been linked to a move to Dragons and Perth. It looks like he's got Perth written all over him.
Yeah, I think
he's just a bloke that looks like he will just go over there with one of them other blokes that have gone there and be another one of them.
But from what I've seen, they're starting negotiation talks this week, the Dolphins and Alvarillo's management. So maybe he will stay.
What do you make of Avarillo? I like him.
He's handy first grader.
He's handy, yeah.
He's no superstar.
He's like your Nick Meaney kind of player, isn't he? He's just a solid bread and butter player.
He's probably got a bit more footy in him than Nick Meaney.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're similar.
Yeah.
They're just first graders, no superstars.
Yeah. Okay, moving down the list here, we did have a something to talk about with props that were ranked by NRL chat, but
we might come back to that.
We'll see if we get back to that, but it was a bit of a debacle. But anyway, anyone that has White down at 11 or 12 needs an uppercut, to be honest. Anyway, Toby Rudolph has punted his manager. He's now his own manager.
He's a strange cat.
He's a strange cat. Yeah. He's a strange cat. So he's been ringing around clubs to get his... Because Cronulla made him an offer. I'd say they've lowballed him a little bit, I'd say, what I'm hearing. And he's rang round other clubs and he's come back thinking he's worth more. So I'm tipping he's had a little couple of nibbles out there. All signs to me, hearing this story, is that Toby Rudolph will play this year and he will be at another club next year. Yeah. And I would say he might be going with Will Kennedy to Perth. But that's just my gut saying that early days. But what do you make of Rudolph?
Yeah, he's a handy prop. Like Alvarillo, he's no superstar by any means.
No,
he's a handy bench prop. I think to come on. I don't think he'd want him as your starting number 1 or number 2 guy at the club. But he's handy.
You still dirty on him
for scoring that try?
When he put you out of the comp last year, you're not dirty on him, running over your Dally M winner, no?
It's all right.
Okay, cool.
Good on him.
All right, cool. Okay, round 1 now. Michael Shamus put this out. Did you see this about round 1? What they're looking at doing next year, 2027?
Yeah, I think I heard it a little while ago.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard, they're looking at expanding the Vegas thing to games in Dubai and Hong Kong and a few others. So I'm tipping the way. I only had a quick look at it, but I'm thinking that each game would be in a different country. I like it.
Yeah, it's a cool novelty.
What a great idea, I reckon.
Yeah. It'll be interesting what their goal is with it. It's cool for...
A one-off?
A one-off.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do it every year, but...
Does it take it away from... Will it take much away from Vegas? Because Vegas is just outstanding by all reports.
Well, let's be real, to be honest. They take games to Dubai and Hong Kong, New York.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get half-filled stadiums, and I think you just got to... I think Vegas works because they put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
We're still not getting a full stadium there in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's, third year in?
Yeah.
I'd prefer them to just focus on that, really.
Yeah.
But World Round or whatever they call it, it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
But do you want half-filled stadiums? I don't know.
One thing I will say, the NRL is going better than the AFL because the AFL are looking to going to India.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, you see that too? Yeah. Okay.
They tried China about 10 years ago.
Yeah, that went down like a fucking lead balloon, that didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Cooper Bye going to the Storm. Obviously, probably. Do you remember Marcus Bai, his old man? You probably don't.
I know the name. I don't remember.
Yeah, he
him.
was a big bull. He was like a Manu Vadavai kind of winger. But he's been down there. He's met with Bellamy. Probably ends up there. He's actually good. He looks like he could be good.
Yeah, they got big raps on.
Yeah, he
on
looks like he
Cooper
could be
Bai.
good. I haven't seen too much of him, but what I've seen of him, there's definitely something there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, and usually if they go and meet Bellamy down there,
He's a back rower, isn't he?
yeah. Usually if they go down there and meet Bellamy,
Maybe they're trying to get him there ASAP.
I think they are.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. And the old man's down there, so I think it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
He'll end up at Melbourne, and it's a smart move from the kid.
Yeah, it's smart move
Smart
from probably
move.
both the club and him.
Yep.
Everyone that goes to Melbourne seems to grow legs. So.
Yeah, exactly. Next one was the Marshall King injury. We won't really touch on this because I already mentioned it earlier. I think it's a horrible loss for them, losing him. So he's been, talking about injury prone blokes, he's really had some issues the last couple of years, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I
But,
guess silver lining is he's done it in the off season and not round
Yep.
1, 2, early rounds.
Yep.
It's better than he misses a month with no footy.
True. Next one, Lomax. Zach Lomax. I'm sick of Lomax, so
Yeah,
we're not
I'm
going to
sick
talk much about him. He's in court on 13th of February. Come on, Para. Just win.
Yeah. This is a line in the sand moment.
Stop stealing my lines. I said that last week.
Well, you don't own that bloody line.
Yeah, I know, but I did say it last week. But I'm just hoping this goes belly up on Lomax.
Yeah.
I'm sick of him.
Yeah, I don't want to see him play next year. Really?
Yeah. Well,
now.
he can't.
And especially not in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Of course, it's Melbourne. They're trying to pull the wool over everyone's eyes and get fucking Zach Lomax down there.
Yep.
Shifty Melbourne, as always, mate.
Yep. Let's hope it all goes against him. Next one is actually not. Actually, we might just jump the next one and go to. We don't really talk much NRLW, but I did read with interest this Lane Morgan. She's the. I think she's the halfback for the Wallabies and stuff. And I had a quick look at a bio, and she looks a talent, and she's joined Para. So she'll be interesting to watch, actually, because when they come from Union, usually they're outside backs, I've noticed. Now, she's a half, so it'll be actually interesting, the skill level of this girl.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I have kind of looked at some highlights. She looks skillful. She does.
Right.
She does. And you know what the Union players are. They do come with skill.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing they do come with. And
I think it's good if you can get, quality athletes, and especially in those skill positions in the NRLW that have got a bit of football in them and, can throw the cutout, can, throw a dummy in that and don't just play sideways footy. I think it's good to grow the game. So it'd be interesting.
The thing I do like about it too is that she's actually a pretty high profile Union player, and she wants to come and play and test herself in the NRLW. So that's a pretty good lead to how they're thinking, the Union girls.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so really good. Now the next one was just quickly, Gal has come out in the last 2 days and said No Limit know his number, and he'd be happy to come out of retirement and fight Big Nas.
Yeah, right.
He'd be a silly man in my book, and I love Gal, but he'd be a silly man.
He does
at 43.
He loves a paycheck though, Gal.
Oh, he that's why you do it.
Yeah.
But
I agree. You've taken enough shots to the head, Gal. You got enough money.
Yeah.
Just go commentate on the sideline for Channel 9 and just relax with the family.
Yeah, but he got the better of Sonny Bill, but there was a bit of controversy there. It could have gone either way.
I want to see Curtis Scott punch on with Nelson.
I don't. It's
Curtis Scott can throw.
Yeah, I know, but it's going to be a 30 kilo difference.
Yeah.
That's a lot. A lot. And
if it's a footy player, I want to see.
Have we found Lattimore's head yet? That's
if Nelson's only going to fight footy players, at least give him one that's going to put up a fight.
Mate, I've never seen this bloke throw one, but the way George Burgess was talking, I want George in there. You're not going to talk to him like that.
George is going to sleep.
Unless you know you can really throw them. So I'm thinking George can throw them.
Yeah, maybe.
So, yeah. And I was going to say you need the big set of agates, but he's actually got something else that's a bit bigger, isn't it? So, I'd like to see George fighting, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think Curtis Scott be in all sorts of trouble if he fights him. I just think the weight's it's just too big a difference. He's 100 kilos, NASA's 130.
Yeah.
He lands one of them. Curtis comes forward and just throws them. He's not an actually style fighter, so I don't know. But good on Curtis Scott if he wants to have a crack. Bigger balls than fucking any of us sitting here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, so that was about it for. There was nothing else, Jax, that we forgot about the rumours and that I've left out. No, all good.
We'll just go to Fans' questions?
Fans' questions. Okay, we'll start. We've got a few. We'll start with Rod. So Rod he's asked us our opinion on what the Titans' spine will be in round 1. And he's also mentioned what our thoughts were on the Zarafa Zoo debacle from the other week. Now, it's funny that we were meant to bring that up last week's show, and I just totally forgot about it. So we will get to that. But let's start with the Titans' spine. Where do you think round 1 Josh Hannay will land with their spine?
I think Kinney at 1.
Yep.
I think Campbell in the halves with Lockie Ilias. And I think Verrills at 9. And I think Brimson will play centre.
Okay. So, yeah. It's a tough one. I just can't have Lockie Ilias in the side until he's proven up there. I just can't have Lockie Ilias in the side and Brimson at centre. So I just think they'll go Campbell 7, Brimson 6, Kinney 1, Verrills 9.
Yeah.
They got any other hooker up there? Just because really Verrills is just not the answer.
Not that I know of. No.
Because when he usually went, they'd bring Chris Randall in and play 9, and he's not the answer either. So
No.
I wonder if they've got anyone young coming through up there. But it'd be interesting. I haven't heard anything coming out of the Titans either on who's training where and what's happening, but I don't know. There was something about AJ and Zach Lomax the other day I read. Did you see that?
What about it?
About, you know how they want, they was talking about player swaps and stuff like that, but it was like if Zach went to the Titans, Para, AJ to Para, which would be very interesting.
That'd be a good swap for both, I think.
But the same problem would happen. They've just bought Pezzett for a year.
Oh, yeah, true.
But see, to me, if that did happen, that would be the perfect person for Mitchell Moses at 6. Would be AJ Brimson, total runner.
Yeah.
But look, it's not going to happen.
No,
it's not happening. No. It was just something. So Rod, I have Kinney at 1, Brimson at 6, Campbell at 7, and Verrills at 9, and Jax has.
Kinney at 1, Campbell 6, Ilias 7, Verrills 9. That's not how I'd have it, but that's what I think they'll do.
How would you have it? The way I had it?
The way you had it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the fight. Okay. So we're very. I thought Zarafa could really push him. The first round, Zarafa clearly won the first round. It was scrappy, but won the first round. Nikita landed 1 or 2 on him in the second round, and I reckon it shook him. I reckon he felt the power, and he dogged it. That's how I saw the fight. I just think he dogged it. Anyone that comes out in an interview after and lies about what he said to the doctor, which was clear what he said to the doctor, that he couldn't see, it was a crock of shit. And to me, I think he was confident going into the fight, Zarafa. As soon as he felt the power in round 2, I think he took the easy way out and took the money and ran.
Yeah.
And I think there's 1,000,000 that he'll fight him again. 1,000,000.
Yeah, it was a debacle, really, wasn't it? We won't touch on it too much,
Nah.
but yeah. It was, if you paid your money to go there or buy it on pay-per-view, you'd be filthy. Really,
Yeah, I was filthy. I bought it.
But, No Limit is also, they're a bit of a joke as well, but aren't they, really?
Well,
some of the fighters they put up against their own dudes on the undercard. Just
Well, Lattimore was. Did you see? He was horrific when he came out and started throwing. I thought, oh no, what's Jeremy doing in there?
We knew that was going to be the case.
Oh well, I thought he'd have something.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be able to throw a punch. He was just all over the joint.
Yeah.
But back to Zoo and Zarafa. Oh, look, I was wrong because I thought so. But after the second round, it wasn't going much further.
Yeah.
I think Nikita would have had him out of there very quickly. And one thing I was right about, Tim would punch absolute holes through him. He would. So, but Rod, it was a debacle. The fight was a debacle. Zarafa's dogged it, and I don't think you can argue. I think he dogged it.
I'm glad I didn't pay for it.
Yep, I did. Okay, so what do we got next? We got a fan question there from someone, Jax?
We got the great Peter Beeman, the big para fan that loves to write into us. We spoke about Immortals last week, and he actually let us know that Ron Coote was the most recent Immortal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Ronnie Coote.
Yeah, one of the great Rooster and South Sydney legend, Ron Coote.
Yeah.
He also, just quickly, he chimed in on who he thought the best side of the last 10 years was, and he said Panthers were the best team 4 years in a row. They can't be beaten. And he sort of had a little maybe cheeky dig at Roosters and Melbourne, saying that those sides surely weren't under the salary cap. Don't hate the player, Pete. Hate the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Someone else, 2017 Melbourne, probably the most complete side. That's from...
Can I get a crack
Michael
at Pete?
McFadden.
I want to just talk.
As
Who
well.
was it? Michael McFadden.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to Michael in a second. Just with Pete, I'm just reading Pete's. Okay, so he says about the Aussie slang. Is he talking about a car boot? Is he with Ronnie Coote?
No.
You know,
I don't know
you're an
what-
idiot. You didn't even. What you think I'm being? Yeah, it's not a.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I
you
got
with me?
Yeah, I got you.
You
Yeah.
thought I was serious. Yeah. It is one of the great Aussie slangs.
Yeah.
So I do like it, Pete. Pete, how old's Pete? Do we know?
No, I'm not sure.
No, okay. Okay, so, blah, 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 Ronnie Coote. Yeah, we forgot about him. So did he go in on his own? Is that what he's saying or not? He went in with a group of them?
No, I think there was a group of them.
There was a group.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, cool.
I think,
okay.
again, once
I
Mal Meninga
forgot
went
to look it
into...
up, to be
when
honest.
Mal Meninga went into the Immortals, I sort of stopped paying attention to the Immortals.
Yeah. So he was mentioning Penrith too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'll be honest, when I watched the show back, as I always do, I thought, yeah, I had to have a Penrith side in there.
Yeah, you just had to.
Yeah, I had to. So I did it a bit quick, so that's my excuse.
You love
but
putting your Sharkies in the mix. as
no,
well.
you know what? When I looked at it again, I would have taken them out, and I would have put a Penrith side in.
So you would
No,
have-
I'm honest, mate. I when I stuff up, I'm honest.
Yeah, all right.
No, I'm honest. I just didn't look at it quickly. Honestly, I was looking at it as I read them out, and I didn't actually have them in order. So I definitely
Do better
should have.
research next time.
Yeah, I should have. So who we got next? Who was next? We've got
Michael McFadden.
Greg, great podcast, good banner. Rod's been done. Where's Michael McFadden? I didn't even see his one.
2017 Melbourne, probably the most complete team.
Did we have that one in?
That was my number one. That was your number two.
Oh, okay, so we got that right. So he agreed with us there. So
Slater, Munster, Cronk, Cameron Smith.
Yeah.
You can't touch that spine.
yeah, it's hard to beat. So we agree with you there, Michael. But keep writing in, mate. Love hearing from you. So Trav,
His predictions. You want to go?
yeah, let's go to Trav's predictions. Did Trav have something else there, or that's just that?
Yeah. He had another comment. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Let's go to his prediction. His top 8. So you read through his top 8.
He's got Roosters first, Penrith second, Storm, and Warriors top 4. So similar sort of vibe to mine. Sharks, Doggies, Cowboys, Brisbane. Dally M, Nathan, Spoon, Titans, and he had a crack and left Canberra out. He said, we'll miss Fogarty's organisation, leadership. Strange will miss him massively. Very similar to what you said about Canberra with Strange.
Very
as well.
similar. So I agree with you there, mate. I got him in at 7th, but it worries me massively with the Fogarty thing. It's probably not just the Fogarty thing. It's probably just because they don't have one now.
Yeah.
That's what worries me. It's not because of Fogarty was such a good player. He was a really good... He's a solid first grader, but he's no superstar. But he did what they needed in that team, and that's what worries me with them. Can't argue Dally M. Can't argue Spoon Titans. He won't be the only one that thinks they'll finish a long way back. Huge problem with Cowboys making the 8. Now, Trav, I'm going to put it to you, mate. You need to comment again and tell me why the Cowboys will make the 8, because I don't see it. Do you see it? You argued a little bit with me about this. You think their roster's all right? I just
I don't think they'll get the Spoon.
I
think their roster's okay. You know, Drinkwater did and is the superstars in that side.
Yeah.
I like Nane. I like Ruben Cotter. You know, Reed Marnie's okay. He's sort of a downgrade from Robson. A couple of outside backs that go all right. Talangi, Jackson Purdue. But I think they're poorly coached, and I can't see them making the 8.
Yeah,
but again, I can't see them getting the Spoon either. But yeah.
Well, I was a bit like you though when I put him in the Spoon. I probably would have gone the Dragons. I'll be honest, but I just thought, well, what's the point of going the Dragons?
Yeah, that's right.
I think the Cowboys will finish. Look, to me, if I tip the Cowboys for the Spoon, they finish bottom 3. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? If you pick the Dragons to get the Spoon, they get the Spoon. Well, 50% of people probably going to pick the Dragons.
Yeah.
So you want a little bit of a bit of glory if you can nail something big like Dolphins making the 4. But Trav, put down in the comments why you think they will make the 8, because I don't see it. But I like your opinion, so definitely write it down and give me a reason why I'm wrong and you're right. And then we might have a side bet with Trav. We might try and work out a side bet with Trav about the Cowboys. And I'll actually give him, I won't say top 8 or miss the 8. I'll say to him, I'll give you top 11 and I'll take the bottom 6 spots.
That's how confident you are.
That's how confident I am. They'll have a shit year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a shit year. So, and I think their coach will be the... if we hadn't done a coach first gone, it would have been Peyton for me. So, okay, what do we got?
Travis, another question.
Go with Trav.
Another comment regarding your upgrade last week. Upgrade from Pappy.
Yep.
An upgrade from Pappy is a massive call. That might be worth 3 laughing emojis. That's your reference. Farlongo is a massive upgrade to Pappy. And then he touched on the Katoa. Is Katoa actually confirmed out for the season?
Yep.
I think he probably agrees that that's a massive loss if he is. He said he's training with the squad.
Okay, Trav, I can confirm with you 1,000,000%. Eli Katoa is gone for the year. He's out. He's no hope of playing this year. So that is one thing I can confirm. Second thing with Sui Fa'alongo is when I said he's an upgrade, I think he'll eventually be an upgrade. I think Pappenhausen was a gun, but I'm saying the last 18 months his form had really slipped. And I think it went under the radar, I'll be honest, just because Melbourne were going so well. And I think it went under the radar. And I think Sui Fa'alongo will turn out to be the fullback there for the next 10 years. And I think eventually he will turn into that bloke. Let people talk about Pappenhausen now. Like, if you talk about Pappenhausen now, I go to you, what do you think of Pappenhausen? What's your answer?
Yeah, he's a really good player.
Yeah. And I think that's how you'll talk about Sui. That's what I think. But time will only tell. Time will tell. Yep. And I think it's... I think I said it last week. Isaiah Yongi is a perfect example of it. I think that's where it's going to end. I think Falago will have an enormous year, and then I think he'll just keep going. And I think he'll end up being a really, really good first grader by the time it's over. Probably better than that. I think he'll end up being a better than just a really good first grader. But as I said, Trav, time will... Was that Trav? That was Trav. Yeah, time will tell Trav with that one. So
I'm interested to see Melbourne this year, see how they go. And then, are you boys running a tipping comp or Supercoach League? Any interest in Supercoach League?
Tipping comp would probably... I don't know. You'd probably have to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Be good.
Yeah. I know you don't play Supercoach, but yeah.
But how do... I'd like to get involved in Supercoach, but I don't really know much about it. So do they have one? Is that what...
No, I think he means that we run one.
Oh, I thought we run a tipping comp, but I thought it was like I thought it said something about...
Either way, I'm keen to join the Supercoach if there is one out there, leagues.
Yeah. So, what do? Do you just make it up yourself? I don't know how it works. I've got no idea. I'm 50, mate. I'm 50.
So all these other fellas that are playing with, you need to get with it.
Well, can we get Trav to organise one?
I don't know. We'll see what's happening. Okay. There's leagues out there. You can just play and just see how you go without joining a league.
I'd love it. We're in a tipping comp somewhere. I remember someone put us in one.
Are we? I'm in one.
You sent me one.
Yeah, you got to sign it. You got to sign up to it. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
But Trav, we'd love to. So
if
we'll see what we can do. Yeah. Okay, we'll have a look at it during the week. Okay, so I got 2 questions here from Instagram.
Oh, yep. Sweet.
We've got one from Mitch, and it's is Nico Hines the man to get Cronulla a premiership, or is it time to move him on or look for him to change positions? So we have touched on Nico a little bit, not massively. Changing positions... I don't think so. The only way I could move him would be to 6. Yeah. And are you really moving him if you're moving him to 6? He can't play 1. Where else can you put him?
Yeah.
So I say he can't move. Is he the man to get Cronulla a premiership? No. That doesn't mean they can't win one. I'm just saying he's not someone that is going to drag a team to a premiership.
Yeah.
He can be part of a premiership winning team, no doubt, but he's not that player.
No, I'll keep it very simple. Can he guide Cronulla to a premiership? No way in hell. Mm-hmm. Should Cronulla move him on? No. You only move someone on if you've got someone better. And right now, he's in Cronulla's best 17 comfortably. When we first brought it up, it's not his fault he got paid $1 million, but that's why he gets held in the regard. Can he help teams win premierships? He's not that player.
No.
He's a good first grader. Won a Dally M and he's on $1 million. So the expectations are you should be able to help your side to a premiership. He's just not that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think he's better than just a good player. Like,
He's a great player then, is he?
no, I think he's in the middle. No, well,
He's a good player. He's not one of the greats.
no. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I put him. Because I look at blokes we've spoken about that are good players. Well, he's better than them, but he's not at that level. He's a rung under the And I'm not his biggest fan, but I find he's better than a good player. I find out he's a good player.
He's not an elite player or a superstar of the NRL.
No, I agree with that.
So
I
to me,
agree
it
with
falls
that.
into he's a good player.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it probably goes back to the point I make with Cronulla is that I think as a team, they're the best team because you look at their side, there is no elite player in there, really. Barden, Fanua Blake, he'd probably be an elite front rower. I'd call him an elite front rower.
Yeah.
But barring him, they're just a really good team.
Yeah.
It's the only way I can put them, you know. And it hasn't been enough in the last 3 years. So what changes this year?
Nothing. That's why I did think they'll be at the bottom.
Yeah,
end of the
and
eight,
I said it's natural improvement. It's the only way they can go forward.
That's right.
And to me, they've had enough time to I think these blokes are at their peak. The Ramians, the Nakoras, they're all good players, but they're at their ceiling.
I agree.
I can't see how they improve anymore.
I couldn't agree more.
You know, the only improvers in the side are your Jesse Colquhouns and things like that. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, let's move on to the next question. She's back. Archer Queen is back. Haven't heard from Archer Queen for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so Archer Queen.
Storm-related question.
Oh, it's a Storm-related question. Come on, Archer Queen. You need to get off the Storm. Give us something else, Archer Queen. But anyway, Archer Queen. With all Melbourne changes in the off-season, do you think we will see them in another grand final this year? Question mark.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. I touched on it when I gave my ladder predictions. The fear of the Melbourne Storm is, in my opinion, history.
Mm.
I don't think anyone fears Melbourne Storm anymore. That could come back to bite me big time. But yeah, I'm going to say it now. They're not making a grand final this year.
Yeah. My opinion, Archer Queen, is before the Eli Katoa injury, I would have said yes. Now, I say no. I think it's just too big a hole to fill.
Yeah.
I think they'll be there when the whips are cracking. It won't surprise me if they're in a prelim. The only hope they have of making a GF is if they finish top 2, get through the first week, get a home prelim. You know, because they are hard to beat.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. Sides don't fear them as much as they used to, but they're still hard to beat down there.
Yeah, true.
You know, like who'd they beat down there last year?
Sharks.
They beat us, you know. But again, you look at that game, and they won by 8, I think. And, you know, Cronulla had a pretty tough run to get there and still went down there and performed pretty good, you know.
Yep.
So I agree. But Archer Queen, if knife to the throat, can't see him in the GF. But for your sake, I hope they are. But next week, Archer Queen, I want a question that's not Melbourne related because that's about the third one. Give us something else. Even anything. Who don't we talk about much? What sides don't we talk about much?
Probably like the shit sides.
Well, thanks for that.
Like,
Well,
we don't talk about.
Question. We've got a Titans
We
question.
don't talk about the Rabbits much. As a big
Rabbits. Archer Queen. Rabbits.
Yeah.
Want a rabbit question next week. Okay, so that's your challenge, Archer Queen. Okay, so is that everything, Jack? So we covered everything.
team. Yeah, I think we have.
Okay, beautiful. Fans, questions, YouTube comments, done it all. That question's done. Okay, guys, so we're going to wrap up the show. Just remember the Henson Park Day, 15th of February. Tickets on sale now. Go get them. Tickets are selling fast. That should be a really good day. We'll be out there. Make sure you come and see us. Pass it to you, Jax, for any other info.
Yeah, so just, again, jump on the socials. Like and subscribe. The content and videos we're putting out there. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Get amongst it. That's it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Just one thing before we go, and I just with you with this, Jack. I ran into someone, an old mate of mine today, and he said, I've been watching your podcast, blah, blah, blah. And I said, have you subscribed on YouTube? He said, no, I watch it on YouTube. I said, have you subscribed? He said, I don't know.
Click the big subscribe button.
Yeah, but you've got to get an account.
Yes.
They don't get accounts. This is what I'm keep telling you. So you've
Alright,
got to get an account.
Any dinosaur out there that doesn't know how the internet works in 2026, jump on there, put your email, your first name, last name, probably your date of birth, and create a password.
And then the subscribe button will be
and then
there.
hit the subscribe button, and
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle.
Because
Easy
I
peasy.
actually had to show him. I got his phone and said, listen, you're not... He said,
What's wrong with you blokes?
it's not me.
You're bad as well.
I am not good, but I'm just saying there's probably people watching it not subscribing. You have to subscribe, guys, because
Yes.
all the stuff feeds
Create an
through to you
account,
then.
create an account, log in, click the subscribe, and get with the times, people.
Yep, and thanks to the guys from BearBet, our major sponsor. Remember, gamble responsibly. Anyone that wants to join BearBet, make sure you use the link below because you'll get looked after. But that's about it until episode 12, which will be next week.
Yep.
Bring the questions, guys. We want plenty of questions. We'll answer them next week, and we'll see you there for episode 12.
Yep, sweet. See you guys.